It's week 1 of the National Football League, and we've got two teams who were AFC rivals for almost 25 years. It's the Broncos and the Seahawks, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads are going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Here we go in a rematch of Super Bowl 48. The Seahawks and Broncos are underway. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, called it the 26. So now here are the Broncos to take over on offense, led out by their rookie quarterback, drafted 12th overall, Bo Nix out of Oregon.
And we knew from the moment the commissioner called his name on draft night, and by the way, laid a pretty good hug on the commissioner going across the stage. But we knew he had a chance to be the starter week 1. He dove right into the playbook, ingratiated himself with his teammates, and that's exactly how things have played out.
Up past the 30, second down coming up. Second down and 6 now. Off the play fake, Nix under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop it for an 8-yard loss. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. To throw is Nix. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he'll be out right at the 35. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Now here's Trenton Gill on to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seahawks set to go on offense here, and it is the Pro Bowler Geno Smith at quarterback, Charles, in his 12th NFL season.
And Smith continues to show that his career resurgence hasn't been some fluke. He's brought a level of maturity, stability, and good play that allows him to compete with any team on any given week. The real question is whether or not he can become a championship-caliber quarterback. Only time will tell, but for now, he's done enough to give this franchise reason to believe they can certainly get the job done.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
Throwing now is Geno. Buying time to his left. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Patrick Surtain, the all-pro corner, up to make the tackle. Now a 2nd and 6. Off of play action. Here's Smith. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
There we go.
Here's Smith. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Nick Bonito coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
That's to the former Lion, Josh Reynolds. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. They'll go play action with Nix. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. After the interception, here's Smith. In trouble, and he's taken down. Baron Browning, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. Throwing on 2nd and long. Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Smith throwing again. He completes this to Walker, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Throwing is Smith. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Oh, and Myers left that one out there. It's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Loose inside the 30, inside the 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Javonte Williams, 64 yards. And the Broncos post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, the game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Play action. It's Smith. Oh, that is incomplete.
That one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Here we go, here we go.
Geno now to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
There we go, Sonoma.
Now Geno. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a fourth down. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. Fielded at about the 28. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Well, the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Nix to the air. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now it's Nix. He'll find Reynolds over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up second down.
Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because...
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
Here's 3rd and 10. Throwing Nix.
Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Now here's Trenton Gill now.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And he's got Smith and Jigba. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's good for 28 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Geno Smith taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. So a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they've been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to him a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Broncos going to get one more possession in this first half. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here's Nix. He'll get this one to Patrick. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Tim Patrick in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was the Bills who pick up the victory at home. Josh Allen, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Jaden Daniels leading the way there. Finally, let's get over to Inglewood, see what's happening with the Chargers at home at SoFi Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Devontae Adams with a touchdown reception from Gardner Minshew. It was former Tar Heel Javonte Williams with the solid first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms, here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Nick Bonito in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And it's fielded at the 34. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the draw, here's Williams. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To throw, here's Nix. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
The Broncos offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying, but nothing that they have done has worked so far. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And this one complete again to Mims. Yeah, the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal. To throw is Nix. Throw left side complete to Troutman. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead here to 17-6.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal. And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. On the counter, it's Walker. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here we go, here we go.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. 2nd and 5.
Here we go, Simone.
They'll try the air now with Smith.
A quick throw there is incomplete. Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
And Walker has it. A strong running. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And now they're in the hurry-up. Back to throw, Smith. And he whips that one incomplete there. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Baron Browning able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Looking to throw. Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying for it with Pirine. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now Williams running left. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Off of play action. Here's Smith. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Throwing now is Geno. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Out of the gun, Smith. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Dancing to his left. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Denver, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.